being really petty today. Say something to America. Okay.
Love me the leeway. Drive me crazy.
Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My husband is here. My baby is crying. Michael, the baby.
Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Shoo-ba-doo, shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Shoo-ba-doo, shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
He's over there with Micaiah.
Shoo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Shoo-ba-doo.
Baby, say hello.
Hello.
Baby, I said you.
That was me. Like, that was her.
Hello.
You extra.
He's pulling me out like this. I can't believe I'm getting rid of him.
What?
You heard what I said, Mom. You heard what I said. I can't.
Michael, get the blanket out of her face.
Hello, Facebook.
It's not Facebook.
Yeah, we on Facebook.
Michael.
I'm just playing. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Lee Squad? Turn up. Huh?
Come here, baby. Daddy just lay you down.
2 up, 2 down, VA. What's up, Virginia Squad? D Squad?
Come here. Who is it? Say who is it? Say who is it? Get it, mama. Get it. Yeah, get it, mama. Get it. Babe, what do you want to talk to them about today? Oh, let's talk about how Micaiah was.
I wasn't here.
Huh?
I wasn't here, so I wouldn't know.
Let's talk about Micaiah's pregnancy. They can't see you, babe.
Excuse me.
Today, we're going to have a story time about Micaiah's pregnancy.
Yeah, my pregnancy. That's right. Mine.
Like her delivery and how it all went.
Yeah.
So, you want to start it off, baby?
Yeah. But first, I got to remember how many days we were in the hospital, boy. Cause woo, it took some time.
I think it was like 4.
Yeah, went in on the second. Went in on the second because of her blood pressure. And then.
Well, you gotta start from the beginning, like how we got pregnant.
How we got pregnant.
Not like that, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael.
Oh.
I'm talking about like
Okay, well, first and foremost, our daughter was playing. That's first and foremost. Oh, wait a minute. First and
you
foremost.
disgusting. I want to smack them.
It's gonna be on YouTube.
For real,
First and
Michael.
foremost.
That's disgusting. I'm about to donkey kick your ass
First
off my
and
bed.
foremost, our daughter was playing. The reason I say she was playing because we kept trying, and we just kept trying.
Yeah, first we had to go get my birth control removed. I
yeah.
had Implanon.
What was the name of
Implanon or Implanon?
what did you call that place again? That nickname for it? Because I kept telling you why you keep calling. I kept asking.
I don't know, but anyways, I had a Nexplanon and I had to get it removed, and the lady said if we was trying to have a baby that we needed to start prenatal vitamins that day so it could help my cycle get back to normal so that it'd be easier for me to have a baby. And how long did it take after that? Maybe a month?
It took a whole month.
Yeah, it took like a month later.
It took a month
before I got pregnant. But even before that, like I used to cry in the baby section of
Man,
Every
Walmart.
store.
Shoot.
Every store I
What was
used to
another
cry in the
one?
baby section of it because I really wanted to have a baby.
Burlington. That was another one. And then I think Walmart.
Target, yeah.
Walmart and Target.
And so, anyways, so I got the thing removed. A month
Yeah.
later, we got pregnant.
Yeah. Oh, so the funny story behind her getting pregnant was she took all these tests.
Yeah, I took a whole lot of. I had like a stockpile of tests, like
About 30 or 40.
yeah, of the what's
$1.
those tests
It was the
called?
$1 test, right?
No, what was the test called?
Percy Smart.
The fertility test.
Oh, sorry.
Those tests
talking about
first.
first
I guess
response.
that's what it's called. I don't know.
Yeah, the fertility
But we
test.
had-
I know you're still talking about.
A lot of those, and then we had a lot of tests, pregnancy tests themselves. So I was taking pregnancy tests like every day because I really wanted to get pregnant. And then after the fact of me getting pregnant, we had went back to the place where I did my pregnancy, where I took my what's it called?
You took your birth control out. Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, you're not pregnant," but I had just took a test before.
Which told her that she
the
was
night
pregnant.
before that said I was pregnant. I had sent it to my best friend, my mom, Michael, and all of them was like, "You're lying. Send me proof." So I had to send them a picture physically. So the day after, I went to the place where I took my birth control out, and they said I wasn't pregnant. But I was like, well, I just took a test. I actually took like 3 before, and then and they all said positive, and then they was like, well, our test is the grade of a Dollar Tree test, so you would have to go somewhere where they do a blood test. And
I thought they said that they test didn't show up for real till
They
like
said they test.
didn't show up till like 3 months.
Yeah,
after.
till you like 3 months pregnant.
Yeah.
So they said their test was the grade of like a Dollar Tree test. So we went to the Family Dollar.
Yep.
And we got like 3 tests. I'm not gonna lie.
3.
And then I took all of those, and they came out positive again. So then we went to. And then I called my friend or whatever, and I was telling her about it. And she was like, she was going to come and take us to the hospital so we could get a blood test. So we ended up going to the emergency room that night. And, you know, I had to pretend like something was wrong with me so that I could get a free pregnancy test. Because they automatically take a pregnancy test before they do anything. We're treating you.
Well, let me tell you how many hours we were in there. Oh,
So
man.
we were in there, and then he came in and was like, first of all, you're pregnant. And I just started crying.
Bawling out
I
tears.
was
Yes,
bawling,
sir.
crying. And then, first person I called, I think, was my mom. You called your mom, I think. I called my mom.
Yep.
And my mom was like,
Yes,
what are you
sir.
crying for? And I was like, because I'm happy. And she was like, you are crazy. You just like your dad. And I was like, and then I was like, okay. And then I hung up with her and we was just talking and stuff. Then we called my friend. Well, Michael went and told my friend in the waiting room that I was pregnant and all of
Yeah,
that.
yes, sir.
And then that's when we found out how we found out we were pregnant for sure. So then during my whole pregnancy, I had problems like with blood pressure.
Check.
I'm anemic.
Check.
So I had a lot of problems during
Check
my pregnancy.
again.
I was on blood pressure pills, iron pills, like so many different pills.
Crazy thing is, I was calling my daughter a boy the whole time.
Oh yes, he
I
thought
said, Junior.
He thought she was gonna be a boy. She was like, he was calling her Junior for like the first
3-4 months.
4 months of
Yeah.
me being pregnant
Yep.
because at the time I didn't have any insurance, so I had to wait until his insurance relapsed. Was it called
Yeah.
relapse?
Mhm.
So that I could get onto his insurance because I wasn't up there. So I got on his insurance, and Then we still had to wait like 2 months until we got to see a doctor initially, remember?
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
the first 2 visits, since we were so far in, we got to know the gender of our baby. So that was a plus size because I didn't want to wait for real anymore.
Yeah, they was feeling around in her stomach.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, well, I don't see any man parts. I said, what?
Yeah, so it was the girl.
I said, God no. But the great thing about that was we already had a name picked out.
Yeah, we picked the name out for her. And we actually picked our boys and girls' name just in case it was a boy. Well, we didn't pick our boy name because he obviously wanted a junior.
Junior!
So,
woo!
But yeah, so what was I talking about?
You basically talking about you found out what you were having.
Yeah, we found out that we were having a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think everybody was excited about us being pregnant.
Definitely our moms. Oh my
God. Everybody was excited about us being pregnant. I had so much nausea. Like throughout my whole pregnancy with her, I had nausea.
Oh.
I was throwing up so much during my pregnancy. Like heartburn like crazy.
Yep.
Like I had.
And when it came to fast food, forget it.
I couldn't keep anything now.
Woo, my daughter did not like Taco Bell.
Yeah, it was like salads and stuff that could really stay down. And plus, I had acid reflux already, so it was like maybe that was a factor into
Double
it.
damage.
So I don't know.
Yeah, double damage.
Anyways, yeah. So the day of my delivery, the day I was induced was the 2nd of June.
2nd of June, yep.
Which our baby was supposed to be born on June 29th, but we were supposed to be induced on
the 25th.
The 25th?
I believe, yeah.
Of June, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she was supposed to be born on the 29th, but they were already planning to deliver her early because of all the complications I was having.
And the high blood pressure.
Yeah, and the high blood pressure. I couldn't keep my blood pressure down.
I was
so
excited.
They didn't want me to have preeclampsia. And so I had to keep going to the doctors to get this little monitoring thing where they like stuck some little things on my chest and like it was this little wave. I don't know what it was called. But anyways, I had to keep going to the doctors for that, and the last day I did was June the 2nd. And they told me that I had to go get an ultrasound that day too, so that's what made me like a little curious, like, why do I need an ultrasound too? So then I went in the ultrasound, and the ultrasound tech just kept leaving out, but she wasn't saying anything. She came back, kept leaving out, wasn't saying anything. Then she came back and told us that the doctor was going to talk to us. And the doctor told us that we needed to go to Norfolk General, where we was going to deliver at, to be evaluated to make sure everything was okay or whatever. And mind you, the week before we had a doctor's appointment, we had already went through this process of going to Norfolk General to be evaluated, and they sent us home. So that week,
so long story short,
yeah, that week we had went to go to, the second we had went to Norfolk General to get evaluated, and they said my blood pressure was really high still, and that the little thing was showing that her heartbeat kept dropping.
Yep.
So we went, they said we would be induced that day, and we went to be induced, and they were trying to get us to have our baby the natural way the whole time. I was like in a regular delivery for 2 days of trying to have her naturally. I only dilated like what? 4 centimeters.
Yeah, 4.
But that was only because they had to put a balloon up. I had only initially dilated 1 centimeter myself, but they had to put a balloon up there that would dilate me 3 more centimeters. And that did work. It did dilate me 3 more centimeters. But I just stayed at the 4 centimeters. I didn't move for 2 whole days. They left me on the And then they just kept coming back and checking, and I was still at the 4 centimeters. I wasn't dilating at all.
Well, let me
She
tell you,
hadn't
that
moved
hospital
down.
bed was horrible.
She hadn't
Or the
moved
couch.
down at all. And we just thought she was being stubborn or whatever. But then the doctor came in, and she was like that the cord was wrapped around her neck, and it was
tangled.
knotted.
Yeah, knotted.
And then she was like that we would have to have a C-section because her blood pressure had dropped like how many times? Maybe like 3 times before they initially said that we were gonna have a C-section. But they told us that the EVMS had sent over a note to them saying that the cord was wrapped and knotted before we even came.
So they knew the whole time.
So they knew the whole time that the cord was wrapped and knotted around my baby's neck, and they didn't push a C-section until her heart rate dropped 3 times. So then we had to go do a C-section. My mom and him praying over there, crying. And my little sister, she was in tears, crying. Because everybody was scared.
She got 2 of them.
Yeah. They were so scared. So I went to go have a C-section. And everything turned out fine. She came out. No, she was born at 5 pounds, 10 ounces. And
yeah,
her dad spent a lot of time with her initially because of the fact that I had what's one of them tubes called? Well, I was unable to get off the bed. I was unable to get out the bed for like 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, I was unable to get out the bed for 2 days after the fact of having her. Which my baby, she had to go to the NICU.
The nursery.
The NICU, right?
Oh, yeah, yep, that's what
she
it was
had to
called.
go there because she
when she came out, it was hard for her to breathe.
Yeah, it was hard for our baby to breathe on her own, so they had to go there to teach her how to breathe on her own, I guess. But I couldn't see her for 2 whole days at all. Yes, every second I was asking, "Can I go see my baby? Can I see my baby?" And they was like, "You'll get to see her." But it was like they kept her down there. And then when I found it, it was like the last day. The last day I was there, I was transferred to the other department, not the delivery department. I was transferred to the other department because they were still trying to get my blood pressure down. So they transferred me to the regular section at the pregnant after birth, like after you have the baby. After they transferred me there, that day, I finally got to go see my baby. I was there every time it was time for her to eat. Every single time. I didn't miss one time. And they was like, "She's doing good, so she can go back to the room with you today." And then I was so happy. She spent our last night in the room with us. And I was so happy because we finally got that bonding time. But it was like, I feel like I missed so much of the beginning of her life because I wasn't able to see her for those 2 days. So it hurt me so bad because every second I was like worrying about my baby, like wanted to see my baby. Everybody was coming to see her and getting to see her, like, she's so beautiful. But it's like you coming back and telling me, and this is a mom who hasn't seen her baby yet. So I was just a lot of heartbreak.
Time.
I know. So I think that concludes the video.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
That's how baby Micaiah was born.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching.
Comment, subscribe, and like the video. We are Lee Squad.
Bye.
2 up, 2 down, VA.
Bye.
Love me the leeway, drive me crazy.